Imagine, just for a second, waking up to a life you know you've already lived. Not just once, but 5 times before. This isn't déjà vu. It's a cold, hard certainty. And it all starts with these words from a young man named Kyle, who is already bracing himself for an ending he's seen too many times.
6. This number, it's not just a count. We're talking 6 lives, 6 chances at hope, and 6 absolutely devastating endings, all soaked in betrayal. It's the crushing weight of a curse that has defined Kale's entire existence, over and over and over again.
So that's what we're diving into today. A story of powerful magic, of heartbreaking loss, and a love that just might be strong enough to defy fate itself. At the very heart of this whole saga is this one, single, devastating question. I mean, really think about that. It sets the stakes so incredibly high for a story where any connection could be a weapon, and trusting someone is literally the trigger for your own doom. How do you even begin to live when the one thing you crave is designed to kill you? And this brings us to our protagonist, Kale. He's a witch omega, gifted with this immense power, but he is completely trapped in what feels like an unbreakable cycle. Every single reincarnation is just a new stage for the exact same tragic play of heartbreak and death. The pattern is just relentless. His first life, a poisoned chalice at a banquet. The second, a dagger from a friend he trusted with his life. Each life after that just got crueler, more personal. So now, in his 6th life, his plan is simple: walk alone. But, as we're about to see, fate, it has other ideas. Just when Kale's isolation seems absolute, a totally new perspective enters the story. These are the words of an eternal witness, someone who has watched every single one of Kale's deaths, just consumed by a grief he kept hidden away in the shadows. And the one who's about to completely disrupt this cursed cycle? That would be Orion. He's a vampire prince, ancient, powerful, and he's about to step out of those shadows for the very first time. Right here, you can see the central conflict laid bare. On one side, you've got Kale's fear. It's like a shield he's built from 6 lifetimes of pain. And on the other, Orion's devotion, this quiet vow to bear witness and, this time, to finally intervene. It is doom versus pure determination. This isn't a threat. It's a promise, a vow that was born from centuries of just helpless observation. Orion is basically declaring that the pattern of passive grief is over. This time, he is not going to let Kahel face his fate alone. He's stepping into the story. With Orion's unwavering presence acting as this strange, new anchor in his life, Kale starts to do something he's never, ever dared to do before. He starts to believe his magic might actually work. He begins to test the boundaries of his own fate. And we start seeing these small but incredibly powerful changes. Kale whispers an incantation, and suddenly a professor who was about to fail him offers guidance instead. A storm that was supposed to hit campus, it just vanishes. Now, these aren't world-shattering events, but they are absolutely cracks in the foundation of the curse. They're proof that destiny can be bent. And Orion confirms it. He can physically feel Kale's power growing. He can sense the curse actually weakening. For the first time, hope isn't just some fleeting thought for Kale. It's a real, tangible force that his only ally can feel. And then, the truth comes out. The real source of all this suffering is finally revealed. It was never fate. It was never some natural consequence of love. It was a deliberate, magical chain forged by a powerful group called the Crimson Council. So why would they do this? It boils down to one thing: pure fear. The council was terrified of Kyle's potential to literally rewrite destinies. They saw love not as an emotion, but as the most dangerous spell of all, the catalyst for Kyle's true power. So they weaponized it against him, turning his greatest potential strength into his executioner. So this knowledge leads to an inevitable, massive confrontation. Kael, now armed with the truth, and Orion, steadfast right by his side, they finally face the architects of all this pain, the Crimson Council. In this moment, Kel is no longer a victim of his fate. He is its master. He confronts his oppressors, his voice just ringing with the power they tried so desperately to suppress. He's not just trying to survive anymore, he is fighting back. But his ultimate act of defiance, it isn't for himself. Kale weaves his most powerful spell ever to shatter the chains binding Orion, to give him a life of true freedom. And the cost of this incredible spell? He has to erase himself completely from Orion's memory. And here it is, the absolutely devastating price of that freedom. The curse is broken, but Orion looks at the man who sacrificed everything for him, the man he's loved across centuries, and he feels nothing but the confusion of a stranger. So, the cycle is finally, truly broken. But the resolution is so bittersweet. Kale is alone, and Orion is free, but empty. Which raises the question, what is left when the actual memory of love is gone? And this reveals the story's real core theme. You can erase a memory, sure, but you can't erase a connection between souls. Despite the memory wipe, this undeniable, unseen thread continues to pull Orion and Kale right back toward each other. This is the pivotal moment of their reunion. Weeks later, they meet as strangers, but Orion's soul recognizes what his mind can't. This feeling, this phantom ache of searching for someone he doesn't even know, it finally finds its source in Kyle. And that leaves us with this final, lingering thought to chew on. The Council's curse was built on the idea that love was a weakness that could be controlled, but Kyle and Orion proved it was a force more fundamental than memory itself. So was the curse really broken, or was it just proven totally irrelevant in the face of a connection so deep it could never truly be severed?